And in contrast to the big saloons, the large crowd was treated to a full field of 23 of these very popular GUD filter Formula GTRs. And the youngsters are starting to dominate this racing. 16-year-old Anthony Taylor from Krugersdorp, the son of tuner Roger Taylor, and this man, Sean van der Linde, the son of the famous Henny van der Linde, also an ace tuner, well known in motor racing circuits. And it's Taylor up in the front there in the brand new Ray. It's a car that's manufactured in South Africa, as are the Matadors. They're seen in 3rd and 4th position here, and the Ashley from Cape Town that is developed by Owen Ashley at his workshop at Killarney. And the racing never much further apart than this. They have a top speed of just on 240 kilometers an hour. They go around the circuit on these slick tires, they're Bridgestone slick tires, at speeds approaching the Westbank modified A-class saloons, and they always provide lots of close racing and lots of action. But Taylor out in the front there had van der Linde being worried there by Duncan Foss and the other works matador of Bram Smith. And there's Chris Aberdeen doing duty now in a single-seater, and this is where the big battle is, just behind the lead. Fighting it out there with Louis van der Merwe. There's other drivers here that you might know, like Michael Briggs. Bram Smith comes through, Duncan Foss is in there, there's Andy Payne in the Autocrypt Matador. And Dion Joubert, he's in number 10 on the left-hand side of your screen. That's one of the Ashleys. You can see the different look of the motor car compared to the SKF Works DAW. That's the Matador that is built in Kempton Park. And so the close racing continues. Places are always changing. The lead at this time stays the same. Basil Mann in car number 1. The Lindsay Sakers Rays has got Mark de Nobrega worrying him. Ahead of him he's got Chris Aberdeen in number 30 in the Bosel Ashley. And ahead of them, Andy Payne in the Autocrypt Matador. Beautifully turned out a sample of a Matador. But they fill the road, and you've got to be very shrewd to be able to get past this pack. You're waiting for mistakes. You're trying to outbrake them. You're trying to out-slipstream them. You give the odd nudge. You're in very close company, always very aware that you mustn't get those open wheels entangled. And here comes the leader, wire to wire, the sensation in GTR racing. That's Anthony Taylor, 16-year-old from Krugersdorp. And in second position, it was Sean van der Linde. Then came Duncan Foss, Bram Smith, and Dion Joubert from Cape Town in the Ashley. As we line up for the second race, the two youngsters in the front once again, waiting for the off, always conscious of these packed fields. Lots of excitement as they pull away from the line. Foss comes through the middle of the road. He tangles his wheels there with Anthony Taylor, does all in his power to control the motor car. Sean van der Linde goes into the front. Let's have a look at that one again. As they get away from the line, Foss comes down the middle of the road. The wheels entangle there. He gets pushed out towards the concrete wall, and that could do terminal damage to that motor car if it hit it. Concrete is so unforgiving. So Sean van der Linde takes his chances. He goes out in the front there and tears away from Duncan Foss. And another battle developing with Andy Payne, being worried this time by Basil Mann in the Lindsay Sakers race. Oh, but lots of drama there up at Bosel in the center of the pack. Grant Wenzel in the Garden City Motors Matador has lost it, and he got clipped there by Brett Hudson. Alan Eve comes in to join the party. And of course a 3-car pile-up like this, very entertaining for the crowd, but expensive for the drivers. Let's have a look at that in slow motion. Wenzel losing. He puts his hand up to let everybody know that he has lost. He's got his brakes locked on hard. Brett Hudson comes around. His wheel takes off Wenzel's back wing. And Chris Aberdeen, by a stint of very good driving, goes round the outside and gets past them. And Alan Eve comes in to join the party and clips into Brett Hudson. So the very wide awake Zwartkops marshals bring out the yellow flags to warn the leader, Sean van der Linde, of the debris that is still on the circuit. But with the whole field slowing down because of the flags, the clerk of the course, Stan Levine, was having none of it, and he brought out the red flags to stop the race. And the whole field streamed back into the pits to refuel and prepare for a restarted 10-lapper. A lot of disappointment there for Sean van der Linde, the leader, but we'd lost Anthony Taylor, we'd lost Wenzel, Hudson, and Alan Eve. And in the restart, it was Duncan Foss who came home ahead of the two Autocrypt cars of Sean van der Linde and Andy Payne. And the overall position for the day was Sean van der Linde winning it by just 2 seconds in the Autocrypt Matador ahead of Duncan Foss, Andy Payne, Bram Smith, and Chris Aberdeen. Mike Briggs was next ahead of the youngster Stephen Watson.